Hello, everyone, and welcome back to PAX and Recreation. And today is podcast time, baby, and you know it. And we're going to open that space set from Magic the Gathering. That's right. We're going to open a box of Unfinity, the original space set from Magic the Gathering. That's right. And actually, there is a theory that a lot of Age of Eternity's cards are really like leftover art from Unfinity because they feel kind of silly compared to the real ones from the actual set. So we already opened a collector booster for this, and the special lands are gorgeous as hell. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check the link on top or down below. I don't know where we put the links, but YouTube is always changing. But today it's all about Unfinity. And why did I pick this to the podcast? Well, for a magical reason, because I'm still waiting for my Age of Eternity boxes. So they are supposed to arrive next week. So sometime next week, technically, we should get boxes for me to actually open and talk about the set itself that I played the pre-release, and I've been waiting to do something in the channel about that since forever. One thing to notice is that this plastic is actually kind of too hard, actually, compared to the normal box plastic. And yes, before you hate me, I know it's a draft booster box, but I don't know if they had set boxes for this. I think they had collectors for sure, because we opened one, and well, draft 2. I don't know if they had set. I'm guessing they did, but who knows? Ooh, box toppers. So let's see, and where we'll see silly space shenanigans. You have the draft archetypes. We will see and talk about this set. This is a very controversial set. A lot of people call it Unfinity because of the stickers, those damn stickers. I don't know what they were thinking at Wizards. Like, I'm all in for Temple Garden. As Temple, basically Shockland, as Temple Garden enters battlefield, you may pay 2 life. If you don't, it enters the battlefield tapped. Very nice. So, and this is the type of thing that they did to give some historical context on this set, I guess. The whole thing with this set is that, it has draft. It has collector boosters. It has all the... It has a booger. It has all the shenanigans. It has 2, actually. Of a normal Magic the Gathering set, but is an on-set, right? If you never saw an on-set in your life, basically on-sets are fun Magic the Gathering. Not a normal Magic the Gathering is not fun, but you know what I mean. This is funnier Magic the Gathering, I guess, is the word I'm looking for. So I'm not going to read all the cards, but to give you like a quick example with the first booster, although this is a different set. If you want to know what I'm talking about, we opened a On collection. I don't know what was the name of the box, but link here or down below too. It was like a greatest hits of On sets. But this one, they went black border. Before they were silver border. So they were not like standard legal or anything. Now they are. And this is the whole thing that they were trying to go for, which is like, see, you get Shocklands, which is the same that they did with the Clue or Cluedo, depending on the country that you are on. That was like Ravnica theme. It was like, how can we make this sell? It's like, put chase lands, like lands that people want as bonuses. It's like, okay. Here it was the same, and they made them black border. So these cards are not as outrageous, but there are some of them that are. So even in Commander, some of these don't fly. Target blocking or block creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains first strike until the end of turn. If it has a hat, it gains double strike until the end of turn. If you and that creature each have a hat, the creature gains triple strike until the end of turn. See, that's the kind of silliness. Now, this is that type of thing that is like, what constitutes a hat? Obviously, if you play with Thunder Junction, you have a lot of hats to pick there. That's for sure. But, that's the whole thing, right? When Deadbeat Attendant enters the battlefield, open an attraction. They introduced attractions in this set. And attractions were like its own type of thing. See, like, I'm not going to read them all. I'm going to go faster through them, but feel free to pause at any point, because otherwise the whole podcast style goes to goes to shit. This is the worst type of set, in my opinion, to do podcast or try to do a podcast, because I love these stupid cards of all the onsets, and every time that I just see them as like a counter target spell, then ask a person outside the game if that spell looks dangerous to them. If they say yes, draw a card, then discard a card. So this sort of randomness is what I love. It's not like it's not like normal Magic is not fun, right? I'm not trying to say that, but I love it that this is just like stupid Magic. I feel like there are two things that I like about Magic the Gathering overall center of attention. See, these are the lands. In the collector boosters, they are like foil and all, have these special treatments. But even in draft boosters, look at this thing. This thing can fit perfectly into Edge of Eternity, right? So this thing is gorgeous. And you also have an attraction. Attractions are crazy. So visit Scry 1, and then you have the whole thing here. You have the numbers here for the attraction, which I think, if I recall correctly, if my memory doesn't fail me, is related to the dice. See, like building an attraction deck in limited, in constructed, and attractions are not legal in a lot of things, which is what it is, right? So, but I like the concept, and I like that they try stuff. These are artifacts technically, so they should go with artifacts. But I'm going to make a space for them, I guess. Space, get it? Ha. So put the box in here. A treasure token. And then you have the waiver with the parts. So see all the flavor? That's the silliness that I'm all in for. And these are stickers. And this shit is crazy. You will see why. There are some cards that actually invite you to use stickers. And these stickers have tickets on them. The whole ticket thing has to do with the attractions, right? So in case open attraction by putting the top card of this deck into the battlefield, destroy attractions, go to the junkyard. Wonderful. Roll a 6-sided die as your main phase begins. Visit each attraction with the results lit up. Fantabulous. And then building an attraction deck in limited, use any you draft or open in a sealed deck, minimum of 3, and in constructed, no more than 1 with the same type, minimum of 10. So these numbers that are here on the side, you throw a d6, and based on the numbers that are here, you visit those. And the visits are kind of good, and then price, you get 3 tickets, then you may put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own, sacrifice trivia contest, and open an attraction. This is one of those, as you will see, because, well, stickers. As you will see, this is one of the reasons why playing with sleeves is kind of important. And commemorate your adventure and customize your cards. Sure. Use any sticker sheet you open. Sticker sheets aren't draft. So remember that this is a draft box. So the whole joke here was like trying to go to a draft event, and this was kind of crazy. Being at least 10 unique cards, and then you have stuff like this, right? Like a helmet, a dagger, a pie, because of those cards. Like, oh, if it has a hat, this qualifies as a hat. So boom, there you go, right? And before you hate me, what I'm going to do with this is, because I'm opening this for the sake of the space set, right? But before you hate me, what I'm going to do is, anyway, I'm just going to shuffle this, and I'm going to try to have a draft at home with the homies. Because the whole fun here, right, is to do some silliness. Super duper lost and Fibblepuff is here with the toys. I love this shit. So the thing that we have to consider always with the onsets is that they don't take themselves too seriously. I do have mixed feelings in relation to the fact that in relation to the fact that, let me get this line out of here, because this line is just here for no reason, no valid reason at least. When they had silver borders, you were like, well, this is just silliness for the sake of silliness. They try to make it so some of these cards are legal in some formats, but what they really, really wanted was just to sell more, of course. Look at these lands. They knew what they were doing, because these lands are freaking gorgeous, and they knew. It was like, oh, we need to put incentives here for people to buy, because if people don't buy into the gimmicks, of the attractions and and the and the nice tokens, because it's nice tokens for stuff, for treasures, for food. Obviously, the stickers. A lot of people hated the stickers because, well, if you are like me, I have like a unfathomable collection of stickers in my house that are not stickered, are not glued to anything. I never apply them, and the reason for that is, I guess I don't know how many people are there like me. This is gonna sound kind of stupid because it is, to be honest, but I have a hard time to stick. Like, if I like a sticker, I have like a hard time sticking it to something unless I really know that I'm going to like what it's going to be. This is the other format, by the way, with like the atomic design here for the mana symbols. So, for example, like, I don't know, let's say that you give me a couple of stickers. And it's like, oh, the stickers are cool. It's like, well, would you glue them? Would you glue them into your notebook? It's like, well, not in my notebook, because then my notebook, I'm just going to throw it away at the end of the school year or something, right? So that sticker is going to be lost, and that problem has led me to not easily being able to just decide where stickers go. So I guess I will only put them like in places that I'm like, oh, this is like cool for this and worth it. So imagine building a set entirely around stickers on cards. So and it's one of those things. If this set was excruciatingly, like, stupidly cheap, right, which will be fun, and on paper it's kind of impossible that this set is cheaper, because this set has to be more expensive, because this set comes with stickers in every booster, as you can see. And from a production standpoint, that is more expensive, right? So it's not just cardboard for cardboard's sake like we normally do. Here we have stickers, which are more, it's a different product. You have to do that. So they can't be cheaper. Also, there is the whole R&D thing. But ideally, I guess, if these things were cheaper, it will make sense to just stick the stickers there, and you can try and remove them or not, or fuck it. And, the idea that this is that you can play this as like Risk Legacy, and you just put some stickers in there, and those stickers are there forever until you well, that's like your game. Those are your cards. That's your deck. It is what it is. That's a very good idea, but the problem is, this is Magic. See, like, you have all these cards. You have a rare, but notice that there are no foils here. And then you have like these gorgeous lands, which they put here only to bait you. Then you have the attractions, which a lot of people just really hate them, because, well, they don't even fit commander decks sometimes. Well, see, I say no foils, first foil there in my face. And ticket bucket bot. Collect your tickets here, spend them whenever you place a sticker with a cost. So you can just stick your stickers there, I guess. And you have all this fun stuff here, the parts of the waiver. And then again, see, like, whenever this creature attacks, you get a ticket, and Undying, and damage and whatnot. So you spend your tickets to exchange for things. And even the names here, like Fire Action, Midway, Bamboozle, these things, like, I can see why this is a cool concept. I think it will be a cooler concept in digital, for obvious reasons. It's a lot easier to mix and match, and it's the problem, once again, and I feel that this is becoming kind of a recurrent topic in all Magic videos, but not only my videos, which, I am a nobody, but I am a nobody, but like, I see other YouTubers, and it's weird saying other YouTubers. It's like, I'm not a YouTuber. I'm just a guy. I'm just a dude. But basically, I see other people talking, and everyone kind of floats around the same. It's like, I feel like there is this animosity regarding the fact that this is treated as an investment first by a lot of people, and then as a game. And I found it ironic that I just picked this box to open because I was still waiting for my Age of Eternities, which I'm still waiting even for the Commander decks. It's crazy. The Commander decks had this problem with the like on Amazon. Apparently, a lot of game stores didn't get enough Commander decks, so Yahoo, which a lot of game stores are not getting enough anything. So Wizards apparently is cutting them a lot and just sending more stock to Amazon because they have like a better margin with Amazon, which is certainly exciting. So even more if you're in the US, I feel like you have more of an option to do this or that. Like you can go to Target, you can go to Walmart, you can go to your LGS if your LGS is scalping too, because I guess everyone is gotta eat. I guess I don't agree with it, but I understand that if it's one of those complicated things. By the way, these are the cards. See, like Space Goblins, space. Get it? Space. You just put the stickers here, and it becomes a something goblin. And when this creature enters battlefield, you may put a name sticker on it. Add one red mana. Jesus, too much Pokemon. Add one red mana for each unique vowel on that sticker. See, kind of cool. This is a very interesting and cool design to play with. But what I was saying that let's say that you have an LGS. Most people that open LGS, I don't want to talk for everyone, but these things are gorgeous, man. Jesus. Most people that have an LGS, they are so beautiful that they look like proxies. That's the level. When you do like a proxy deck and you just like pick the best lands from like Secret Lair, that you just pick whatever the hell you want, because it's like whatever. If you want to also proxy the lands, or that's the feeling. Notorious Goblin, Notorious Goblin, Sliver, War, and then just like the possibilities here are crazy. But I was saying, so basically, most people that open an LGS, normally, it comes from a love of the game itself. Same for people that open like video game stores and stuff like that. Like what they call in English a mom and pop shop, right? Normally they do that for the love of the game, also to make money, right? And that's why a lot of people say that these businesses are not good businesses, because most people that open stores for this, or for games or toys or whatever, normally they like the thing that they are selling, and either they have a hard time selling it, or they just, they are too deep to operate as a proper businessman, like no soul kind of thing. Which I get it. Like I get that criticism. I feel it sometimes too. Like a lot of times I look at my cards and I'm like, man, I should sell some of this stuff because I have too many. At the same time, I'm like, but I pull those. Those are my babies, and it's stupid because it's like, well, you're just accumulating stuff, and certainly selling them, you can recuperate some of your losses. But I am not accustomed to it. I will say it's not being comfortable. It's just not accustomed to it. Ironically, I feel better giving them away than to like friends and family and whatever, than selling them. It's a me thing, I guess. But most people open these businesses because they care, like they like the thing, right? So, and I guess that if you and I open a store tomorrow, we will be like, we are not going to Wolf in clothing. So up to you in Notorious clothing. So I guess that we will be like, we're not going to scalp and we're going to sell the thing. And I will try to do my best, but then again, think about it. Your margins are what they are. You depend on Wizards to sell cards and make a profit. And, unless you want to rely on selling Funko Pops, selling things like this is complicated. Ooh, Lila, hospitality hostess. see, like some of these, like the better cards are kind of normal so that you can use them as commanders and stuff. They're like too crazy. Like you may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast common spells from the top of your library. Guests you control get +1/+1, right? The only thing here is like, what is guests? Well, that's the thing. Overgrown Tomb. Let's go. See, this is what they use to entice you. The tasty lands. So we will try to do our best and not to scalp people or anything, and that will be okay. But then what happens? Your margins are what they are. You're struggling as you are, and the economy is what it is, right? So everyone is struggling in this economy. Everyone is trying to get by, right? And with those rules of the game, let's say that Wizards allows you to get 2 collector boxes of Final Fantasy, right? Are you going to option A, sell them at MSRP because that's the right thing to do, even though you're a business, right? So you it is what it is. Or and likely it's gonna be bought by someone with bots or some shit, like if you sell online, and then maybe that person is going to resell it, so you're going to lose profit just because. Or you look online at the prices at the online card markets, right, and see that box that technically you bought for, I don't know, 180, and you're supposed to sell for 230 or 240 or something like that, is being sold for $700, and even if you sell it for 600, you get a good chunk of a profit. So are you going to forfeit $500 of profit on principle? I mean, some of you may be here listening to this and be like, yeah, I will. It's like, well, I like to think that I will too, but it comes to a point that even if you are the most virtuous person alive, you start to think maybe I am the only idiot because everyone is selling things at a profit and you're not. So I see a lot of posts on Reddit and stuff like that people saying like, oh, my LGS is selling with more expensive, those assholes. And I like as a player, I agree. As a player, I am like, oh, yeah, that's shitty. But as a human, not even as a businessman, like as a human, I am like, can you blame them though? Like, the market is what it is. Like, they don't sell that. Someone is gonna buy it from them and then resell them, and they just lose on that money, right? And they for once they get like quote unquote good money because they are part of the distribution line from Wizards. And apparently not even anymore, because some LGS has got like 1 box, maybe 2 boxes, and everything else went to major retailers and like very big LGSs, right? So that's the status of the thing. And even a set like this, and it's funny because I picked this set up to open because I'm like, oh, it's in space and it's fun, and I'm going to likely just shuffle these and play, doing like a local Comet. Nice. I wanted this for my Planeswalker Super Friends deck, because apparently it can fly in a commander deck. At least anything can fly in a commander deck if everyone agrees to it. And I saw Comet being recommended in a Super Friends deck. Mine is, is using the what's the name of the Planeswalker from the Commander Master set? The Super Friends commander deck. Man, it's one of my favorite decks. Mine is upgraded. It's one of my favorite decks, and I can't remember the name of the dude. Oh well, it's the red-haired guy. So basically, which is like an old Magic the Gathering character that was killed. Fuck, 1 second. So this dude, Commodore Guff. There you go. Say blue, red, white is not the best colors for a Super Friends deck, but it is kind of good colors for a Super Friend deck. Like, sadly, a lot of good Planeswalkers are black and green, which, if that's my commander, that doesn't fly, but this does. So, legendary Planeswalker Comet, 5 loyalty, for 0, you roll a 6-sided die, and if you get 1 or 2, you get a +2, yeah, +2. Then create two 1/1 green squirrel creature tokens. They gain haste until the end of turn. For 3, you get -1. Then return a card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to your hand. So very powerful. For 4 or 5, Comet Stellar Pop deals damage equal to the number of loyalty counters on him to a creature or player, then -2. And for 6, you get +1, and you may activate Comet Stellar Pop's loyalty ability 2 more times this turn, which, it can actually remove Comet from play because you can dry him up. But yeah, the only bad thing is that these are not foil, and in the collector boosters they are, but it is what it is. I don't mind when they, like this special treatment is like, oh, you can pull them, like Final Fantasy did, for example. It's like, oh, you can pull them in play boosters. You just don't get them foil. Which is okay, because I don't like foil cards a lot. Like, the colors are faded, and funny enough, I say this, but I think my favorite treatment is Edge foil, which ironically has the worst coloring treatment, but those don't curl. So I guess that's why I like them. But yeah, so going back to the whole speculation thing, I was opening this set. I pulled this box and I was like, oh, let's open this one, etc. And as I'm opening it, and I'm realizing that my discourse here is going to be something along the lines of like, see, this is such a fun set, but these mechanics and the stickers are for this to be treated as what it is supposed to be, which is cardboard. This is just cardboard. Like, it's cardboard, and it has an acorn here. I don't know if you noticed. That acorn is basically Wizards being Wizards, because it's like, oh, black border, so you can use them in stuff, except you can't use the acorn cards in a lot of things. So as you can see, some cards have the acorn, some don't. So it's like, okay, so you can use the black border cards normally, the ones with the acorn, not necessarily, right? So that's the type of game that we're playing here. Half of these cards are not really, really legal in most formats. I guess in Commander you can do whatever, as long as people agree, but it is what it is. So this is one of those sets that is like, these boxes should be ultra cheap, and they should be like for you to play, glue your stuff, and just like have a lot of fun. I do feel that, and that's why I love unsets, because I feel they are stupid. And I like I hate the stickers idea, but I like it if we think about this as a risk legacy situation, right? It's like you glue them to your cards as they are, and you have to live with that forever as you play with those cards, right? Which can make a lot of cards unique. The problem is that Magic is always restrained, in my opinion, by the two things that make it great, right? Like the two things that unquestionably make Magic the Gathering the greatest card game ever, and to some degree, one could even say the greatest board game ever, but, chess is in that category. Although technically chess is a sport, so maybe it doesn't fit, I guess. But you know what I mean, right? Like, technically, it's not difficult to defend why Magic the Gathering could be considered the greatest board game ever, or for certain, the greatest card game. And not only on a scale, but like damage that it did to multiple wallets. But the thing here is, what are the two greatest things? We're 1/3 in, by the way. You can't see the box, but this comes with 36 boosters, friends, and I'm not stopping to read them, and yet here we are. What are the two things that make Magic the Gathering the greatest, in my humble opinion? Well, two things that actually make me kind of anxious about Magic, and I'm feeling that I am not the only one, and that's why Commander is the most popular format nowadays. Thing number one, the competitive scene. So Magic is competitive. And that's why a lot of times real players, like the Magic the Gathering players that go to Friday Night Magic, and the guys that have been keeping this game alive for 30 years, because it's easy to just be like, oh, Commander is the thing now, dead to everything else. And mind you, I love Commander, it's the thing that I play the most. But we can't just ignore the fact that Magic is alive because of all the people that play it religiously every Friday. And, now you maybe don't like the state of Magic where we are right now, but certainly you can't blame it on the guys that, were buying Ravnicas and Ixalans and all that stuff, right? So we are where we are. But the competitive scene is what makes it so people like the pros, the cool guys that when this set was released will go to an LGS. Oh, and I think this was released during the pandemic, I think, so I don't think this actually fits. I don't remember the date. I think it's on the box. I will check it. But they don't care about this, which is fun because like I don't consider myself a pro by any means. Like I like to think that I play Magic the Gathering very well, and I don't want to brag, but if you see my record in 1-to-1s or in Commander, I have a fairly good record. Like I am acknowledged as someone that knows how to play in my friends groups, right? So it's like the go-to person to ask for rules and whatnot. Ooh, plate spinning, and like I don't consider myself like a messiah or anything. I'm not pro level by any means, not close. But I like this shit. Like I know my way around it, right? So, and I like this because I like silly things, right? I like looking at this and go like, hey, there's an egg and vigilance, and and I like thinking about this because to me this is a game. That's what I'm always saying in all these videos. Like, well, I like playing with this shit. I review accessories and sleeves and whatnot because I like to preserve the cards that I like so I can play with them more with my friends. That's kind of the thing. And yes, I've been to competitives. I went to competitive Friday Night Magics. I went to pre-releases, won some. I went to pre-release tournaments, not like the entire prize. Just never won Modern though because I'm poor. I don't have like a super duper great Modern deck. Like some guys have like the most expensive and crazy Modern decks. And to be honest, it was never my passion to greatest show in the multiverse. Damn. Artifact Enchantment Saga. As an additional cost to cast this spell, exile 5 instant and/or sorcery cards you own with the same artist and different names from outside the game. Choose one of the exiled cards at random. You may cast it without paying its mana cost. Damn, that's why it has an acorn. Thing is broken, but not viable anywhere else. The lands are gorgeous though. And so I like this. I like the stupidity of just playing for the sake of playing. I don't like edgelords. When I see an edgelord that is like mistreating another player, or just being like, oh, you know how to play? Why do you come to Friday Night Magic if you don't know the cards and whatnot? It's like, bro, chill the fuck down. This is just a card game. I understand if someone is not properly prepared and you may be frustrated because like if it's your weekly ritual night off and you want to chill and you're wasting your time with a noob and whatnot, but everyone started somewhere, right? It's like, okay, maybe you don't want to teach him, but don't be an ass. It's kind of what I try to get with here. So when I see things like that, I do a step up to the challenge, and I like the challenge. Like if you tell me like, oh, I'm the best player ever, I will be like, well, I want to play against you as many times as I can. I don't care if I lose. Oh, nice. Fortune teller in foil. So foil that it actually reflects. Crazy. Just because I like the challenge. That's like, and I don't care losing like 10 times. One of my other passions is fighting games, and I remember playing Street Fighter 3 with arcade sticks and all that with a friend, and he was greatly superior to me. But he was a good sport. Like he didn't mind that I was just like again. And we played for days and days, and I lost every single freaking game. And mind you, I'm not bad at fighting games, but that guy was good. And I played again and again and again and again and again and again and again. Oh, this one came backwards, which cool, I guess. Until also kind of miscut apparently. Devil Knievel needs a devil because get it? Nice. Until I won. And when I won, you may be thinking like, oh, and then you retire. It's like, no, actually, when I won, I was like, let's keep going and keep going and keep going. And then I lost right away because then he woke up, right? Because he was just too used to winning. And I do the same online when I find a guy that is just like, okay, let's keep fighting. I like the challenge. I like getting better. Same with Magic. I will improve my deck and just go back and fight and go at it. So the competitive scene in Magic, it's great. I love it. But at the same time, I think that people just take it too seriously. Like, oh, the pre-release, okay, let's go, let's do this, and they just don't really care about this set. At most, maybe they buy it because of the nice lands to have some bling, right? But it's like, no, this is not real Magic. I won't lose my mental capacity on this because all my mental capacity. I love it that the most dangerous gamer is actually like a legal card. some some weird that we've seen here is like, well, I mean, with like more magical names like Ardwolf's Advantage or something like that. It's like, oh, that's not legal, but the most dangerous gamer, that thing is. Okay. And it's just about nice. It's just about yeah, the teddy bear. And I get it, like, you don't have to play something that you don't like. I just feel like there's a lot of unflexibility, get it? Unfinity. So and people just go like, whatever, and they don't care. And that's okay. I feel like Magic is the most flexible trading card game of all the games that are in the market right now. Like, you have all the formats, all the things. Then people come up with weird types of games like Forgetful Fish and stuff like that. And it works because of how modular the cards are in Magic. It just works. And people don't really want to deviate from the norm because, competitive. So I think that's one of the big things about Magic. The strong competitive scene is actually something that, sometimes I feel like sets it back because people don't have, people don't have like time for stupid things. So they just push forward. The other thing that I feel sets back Magic the Gathering, and it's another of its great strengths. And nowadays, I can't deny that it's a strength. It's something that reinforces your investment in this game, but at the same time, now it's conditioning the game for sure, is the secondary market, the value of the cards, right? Like, the value of the cards is something crazy with Magic. Like, and you can be like, oh, well, Yugi has that too, right? And whatnot. And that will be like, all games have that. Like, everything in life has that. You can sell whatever. You know how the saying goes: one person's trash is another person's treasure. And with Magic, it's kind of the same. It's like, oh, I don't like this card for anything, but maybe for your deck, this shit is hot, right? And the secondary market is great because you know that your investment in Magic is not totally lost. Like, if I open a booster and nothing of value is here, it's like, oh, well, okay, it's not the end of the world. I can just sell them, right? And it happens, the same goes like a little bit with these lands and whatnot. It's like, well, there is some stuff of value here, so I don't, it's just not to throw away in the trash. Imagine a world where people literally treat this as what it is, which is cardboard. Like, they open it. Imagine me right now just going like, oh, okay. Which most people, to be honest, I never do this in this channel, but most people open boosters like this. They go to the rare and meeting and go like, oh, cool, okay, cool. And that's it. Some people just literally separate commons and uncommons like very fast, even in bulk to the side. And literally we call it bulk. And they just go to rares and mythics and that's it. And that's another thing that really bothers me a lot of times. Is like, all this work from artists and designers, and most people just skip all that and just go to rares and mythics because the game is designed that way. Those are normally the best cards. Those are normally the most expensive cards, most of the time. And they know it, and that's the way the thing is designed, and it is what it is. But at the same time, it hurts ideas like this. It's like, this should be cheaper than a normal Magic set. This should be treated like I know what you're thinking. It's like, well, I've been naming Risk Legacy a lot, and Risk Legacy is not cheaper than normal Risk, and it's like, true, because the joke is that it's like an ongoing campaign, and all things that happen like are permanent in the board. Here, I guess it will be the same, but again, if you put stickers in your cards, then they don't shuffle right, and therefore they become illegal, and yada. So there's a lot of valid reasons why we don't exit through the gift shop. There's a lot of valid reasons why a lot of modifications like putting stickers are not legal, right, in Magic. And I agree. But then when it comes to secondary market, there's also the reason why these boosters are like this. It's like, well, you have the attractions, you have very nice lands, you have interesting tokens that you can use for stuff. I guess the stickers, if you care about that, if you don't want to use them in the cards, and they entice you with that. And Wizards know. Like, this box came with a box stopper. They knew what they were doing. It's like, listen, you're going to get one of these lands, guaranteed, right? Please buy the box. Because they know when a product won't sell by itself because it doesn't have like a strong chase card. Like, I pulled the dog, Cosmos. Cosmos is the name of the guy? Comet. I pulled Comet, and swear, hand to God, that was the only card that I wanted from this set. I didn't pull it when we opened the collector booster. I was like, oh, well, whatever. I guess I will pick it up one day if I see it or whatever. And I pulled it now, and I'm happy. But you know, I won't say it's a chase. Well, some people qualify it as the chase card from this set, but I wouldn't go crazy over it. You know what I mean? It's like, it's okay, you know. I don't know. We are 2/3 in. I feel that because of those two things that are like arguably are what makes Magic great. Like, well, it's not the only things, but are two strong pillars. Like, there's a strong competitive scene because the game is well designed, and there's a strong secondary market which keeps the value of the things and makes it so people buy things because it's not a waste of time and money. Ironically, it's making it now to become more impossible. It's fun that I think it was a week or something ago, a video appeared on my feed from Alpha Investments, and you know, sometimes I watch Rudy's videos. I have some sort of respect for the guy. I know he's a controversial figure, so I won't marry him. But although if he wants, no. But the thing is, and sometimes I listen to him, and I don't necessarily agree with him, and just to have like different perspectives. You know what they say. You should hear all different perspectives. So that your opinion is as strong as possible and you have like all sides of the table. And I want to listen, I want to listen to Rudy from Alpha Investments. The same I like to listen to the Magic Historian. The same I like to listen to Ryan Gomez from Magic Arcanum. The same I like to listen to the Professor. And all of them have different thoughts on the game when they talk about the game. And they're not doing their usual content, and it's fascinating because for one, they're all older than me, and so respect your elders. And second is, they have also been playing Magic longer than me, and I feel like Magic is more of their game than it is my game. So I always feel it appropriate to have a little of their perspective too, right? Like, as I said multiple times, I started as a Pokemon kid because of the games. I kind of played the card game a little bit, then not so much. Then I was a Yu-Gi-Oh kid because it was all the rage. And I always saw Magic as the game for grown-ups because the art was serious and was epic and all that stuff. And it seemed complicated, right? It was not like a baby game like the other two. Ironically, you could argue that Yu-Gi-Oh was a lot more complex, and Pokemon at the beginning was also made by Wizards, so it was basically like more or less Magic, so it wasn't that far away. But I was a kid, so I arrived at Magic later, like around Theros, I think. I think that's the first time that I jumped in, maybe, and then I connected and disconnected multiple times. But so I like Magic, and I feel like my game, but at the same time, I wouldn't ever dare to say to put me on the same pedestal as some of these guys that have been playing Magic for 30 years, right? I've been playing it for 15, maybe 20, if you consider some iterations I had with the game. And I listened to all of them, and Rudy was saying something that was like, I had to double check the channel. He was saying listen, this is getting too crazy. I'm going to paraphrase him, and likely if he hears me, he's like, I didn't say that quite. He's like, well, that's what I understood, right? So he was saying listen, Oh, Chase, or well, in this case, Space Battering. I guess this is the other Chase card, which is also legal, by the way, as you can see. Space Battering is a space sculpture. Space Battering divides the battlefield into alpha, beta, and gamma sectors. If a creature isn't assigned to a sector, its controller assigns it to one. Opponent assigns first. +1 creatures in each sector can be blocked this turn only by creatures in the same sector. -1, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature in the sector of your choice. And -5, destroy all creatures in the sector of your choice. This is kind of cool. I'm going to put this in the in the Super Friends deck. This thing also works there. I'm just going to swap all the lands for this bling. But yeah, so he was saying, listen, I don't think anyone gets too bothered because collector booster boxes are flying and they are getting expensive and difficult to buy and whatnot, which I understand what he's saying. I disagree because, for example, I already ranted a lot about Final Fantasy, but he was right in the sense that we all understand that they are like a limited run thing. They are basically like the first edition for Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the first print, limited thing with serialized cards and whatnot. They are more expensive. They are for collectors. It is what it is, right? So for the game to stay healthy, same happens with Pokemon and whatnot. Like all Pokemon cards are cheap if you want the special pretty versions of the card. Those are expensive, but you don't need those to play. Ooh, it came from the planet Glorg. Here is, sadly, this is not, I can't use this freely, but nice. You can just play, you can make a deck with $50, same for One Piece and whatnot. And then if you want special treatments, that's more expensive. With Magic, is not really like that. When a card is good, the card is expensive. Like you can go and try to get the Vivi, and Vivi in normal treatment is gonna be $50 anyway. So the treatment does not condition the card, because as long as the card is legal in that format, the price goes up. It doesn't mean that like you don't have that situation in Flesh and Blood, One Piece, that you have it. It's just not as crazy as it is in Magic, mostly because they just, Pokemon just prints stuff to the ground. So it is what it is. But he was saying, like, listen, collector boosters, I think everyone is okay with the fact, the quotations are mine, not his, okay with the fact that they are limited run because, well, it's part of the joke, but it's difficult to get play booster boxes. If play booster boxes are difficult to get, no one is gonna play with this freaking game, which hurts the entire thing. Godless Shrine, Plain Swamp, a Shockland, but like a very nice treatment for a Shockland. This could be perfectly Age of Eternity. This thing is crazy. So we pulled 2: Overgrown Tomb, Godless Shrine, and the Voxtopper, Temple Garden. Nice. And I have to agree with him, and that's part of the complaints that I've been hearing from a lot of people, even on Reddit, YouTube comments, and whatnot, which is like, and people were like, well, it's for Final Fantasy because this Final Fantasy is limited, but guess what? It's difficult to get even Tarkir Dragonstorm playing booster boxes. Or like Either Drift, not so much because no one cares about that, but like a set that is more or less interesting, it becomes difficult to get. Like Bloomborrow or Foundations, difficult to get already. And for play booster boxes, and those are the ones that are supposed to be easy to get because you have some valuable cards in there, but it's not like special treatments or anything, and those are also difficult to get. And part of the reason is because Wizards is underprinting, or at least if they are printing the same, they are sending less to the LGSs and sending more to Amazon, which okay, if not for the fact that even Amazon is not cooperating here. Funny how Clown Card is actually a legal card. See what I mean? It's like there's no honor in this set. It's like everything is. It's like, oh, Clown Card and the best gamer ever. Those things are legal. Oh, this thing that has like a mystical name. Nah, that's an Acorn card. So it becomes very difficult to get your hands into normal cards to play, and therefore do events at stores, and therefore playing the game. If you can play the game, people are just going to resort to play Commander with proxies. And that's okay in my book, I guess. Because again, this is just cardboard. Recently, this week, I was just scrolling, and I was like, I haven't bought a secret lair almost, no, ever. I bought a couple of them secondhand, which I am yet to do a video about them because I bought them for a reason. I want to show them off, but the release schedule is so crazy. But I want to do those one of these days. So don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss it. But basically, and this week I forgot that Monday morning, Monday afternoon in Europe is when new secret lairs are released. And this week was the Atlanta Con, right? The convention in a box. And I was like, nah, I'm not going to buy this. And then because I got the email, then I clicked it. Oh, nice. And I was like, oh, this is the one that came with the Ore Dragon and the Sliver something. I don't remember that. And I was like, oh, okay, but whatever, it's sold out already. And I was like 10 minutes late or something. I clicked on the link, 3 boosters to go. I clicked on the link. It was still in stock. And I'm like, oh, okay. I clicked on add to cart. Then I log into my account. And obviously it sent me into a queue. And I'm like, and mind you, this is not a cheap thing. It's 230 euros or like 200 something bucks. For some reason, even though euros are more valuable than dollars in exchange, things are always more expensive in euros, even when they don't have a warranty. Because I understand like the Switch being more expensive, the original Switch, it was 230 bucks euros when it was like $300 in the US. And then you can be like, well, taxes? Like, yeah, but what they're actually charging us for is because here in most European countries, well, in the European Union, what the fuck? In the European Union, you have 2 years of warranty. Now it's basically 3 years of warranty. And in the US, you have like 1. So they are charging us for that. And also the fact that like the manual and the boxes have to come like in 7 different languages or whatever. So they want to pretend that they are not charging us for that, but they are, because, the euro is stronger than the dollar. So it shouldn't be like that, but economics, whatever. So with cardboard, it makes even less of a sense because there's no warranty here. It's just cardboard. It's not like an electronic product or anything. But I was like, well, whatever. Okay, let's try. I was in queue for an hour. And I kid you not, when 5 minutes were left to be my turn, the page updated and said like, latest update, sold out for Europe. And I'm like, thank you. And I couldn't buy the thing, which, is limited. I wasn't too triggered. I was just triggered that they had me sitting for an hour just to tell me like, no, sorry, you don't get it. And 5 minutes away too, which, it pissed me off more. And to a degree, it's like, I get it. Like there was the Ore Dragon and the Sliver there. And just those 2 cards was like $100 of value. But it's like, it's Mystery Boxers, Mystery Box 2, which please just release those so that we can buy them. And 8 cards, of which 2 were great reprints. Okay, but like, just overprint them. Obviously, I'm saying overprint to a company that has economists hired so that they keep the value of certain cards, because this is the shadow economy. This is basically crypto before crypto. So like they know that how which cards to include, to entice, and when to reprint stuff. They know their shit. I'm not going to teach wizards anything, but it's just like I can buy secret lairs. I can buy play booster boxes. Obviously, I can buy collector boxes. And the funniest thing now is last one, by the way, I can't buy commander decks either, because the last 2 commander decks, which are from Age of Eternities, apparently they have the same code, product code as collector boxes. So in Amazon, there is a lot of confusion because it's the same code. So you order a collector booster box and they send you like a commander decks, and technically vice versa. So it's been fun. It's fun to be a fan of Magic. Now, in more interesting news, Spider-Man hasn't released yet, and we already have spoilers from Avatar, and they look cool. I like Avatar: The Last Airbender, and to be honest, when we get to that set, I will tell you more about my it will be a review of Avatar and my feelings on that series, because that was a series that I was like, I don't like the visual style. It looks kind of It's like really not anime. It's not really Western. I don't know. Then I went through it like, okay, let's do it. And I actually ended up loving it. I think it's a great show. So overall, I think that the funny thing is that the Avatar set doesn't have commander decks. It has these welcome decks. Spider-Man has welcome decks that are like half and half, but Avatar has jumpstart boosters, and jumpstarts have like 50 something combinations, which is like a normal jumpstart set instead of being like, when they did like set jumpstart boxes that were like only 5 themes. It was just like very stupid to buy a box because it was what's the point? So, and Avatar has like 2 scene boxes. Spider-Man has 1 to my knowledge. The Avatar set is weird in terms of like products, like collector booster boxes, which are already sold out because of course, play booster boxes, jumpstart boxes, 2 scene boxes, and something else I'm forgetting. There is the bundle and there is the collector bundle. Both sold out at the time of this video, by the way, so F my life. There is also a collector bundle for Spider-Man. I will try to get my hands on those, but I'm still waiting for the Final Fantasy one. But, it's a mad world out there. In the meantime, I guess I will just collect One Piece. One Piece seems to be the go-to if you want to have like visually cool cards and like not losing your kidneys, but at the same time it's difficult to get One Piece because they don't print that much and shops don't have that much stock, so it's kind of so I guess let's go back to video games, guys. Oh no, wait, the physical media is there, so I want to be, let's go to the 90s again, please. So overall, fun set, right? I didn't read all the cards out loud. I hope that you, like, if you saw one that caught your eye, you just paused the video and read them. If you're not familiar with them already, this set is a very fun set. I like the onsets a lot. I wish they did onsets more often. Maybe not with stickers, but or if they do stickers, like just make them cheaper, make the cards cheaper so that we can just commit to just screw with them. But they did like a good balance, not a good balance, but they did an interesting balance of, as you can see, of like, okay, black borders, so they are legal, wink wink, and if they have an acorn, they are not legal. If they don't have an acorn, they are perfectly normal cards. Also, you have these beautiful lands that you will not get anywhere else, which is enticing for you to buy these. And if you buy a box, you get a box topper, which is basically a shockland, and you can also get shocklands, which are actually, to be honest here, these things are gorgeous as hell. Like we can shame on that. So right? And at least from my perspective, besides the shocklands, and the beautiful lands, I already have 2 cards in here that I'm going to include in my Super Friends deck for sure, which is Space Veteran and Comet. Because I actually wanted Comet already. Space Veteran, I was like, nah, I think it's legal, but apparently it is. So it can be fun. I just want, if you see my decks, besides the ultra competitive, decks, my commander decks are very like weird stuff, and I like my Super Friends deck because it's just like stupid stuff like this. Like, I divide these in sectors, and I can only do this, and don't attack me because of this stupid thing that I pulled and stuff like that. I do have destructive decks like Red Moon, Humility. What's the name of it's like something orb, the one that is like creatures with more than 3 power, Triorb or something like that. So I do have annoying decks that are just annoying for the sake of being annoying, and I do have like normal powerful decks like an Nord Dragon deck and whatnot, but I just like stupid things that are kind of fun and unexpected, because I feel like playing Commander against unexpected is fun. So there you go. So fun set, unfun set, and I like it. I just think it's a shame that we don't get these sets more often. And if we do, I believe that they should be cheaper maybe and make them silver border, which maybe they don't sell. They're not going to sell because of that. I guess they needed to do this black borders stuff, yada yada, for them to sell. But I really do like them. But let me know. Let me know down below what you think about all the things that we talk in this podcast. And let me know if you are liking the podcast format. I try to... It's the fun balance between trying to keeping it fresh and relevant, but also not too dated too much. So if you're like a week late to see the video, you're not like, oh, old news. But, so that's why I try to open like different stuff and whatnot. Also, one of these days, I'm going to open non-magic stuff in the podcast. So get ready for that. Maybe it's good for, magic guys like me to get exposed to other games like One Piece or Yugi or Pokemon or Flesh and Blood or Digimon. I have some Digimon stuff that has been sitting there forever. Maybe I will just open it. I like Digimon, but not that much. Like it's like I know the whole concept like vaccine and all that. It's like I don't recognize all the Digimon. I don't think anyone does. Well, I'm sure that some people do for sure. But yeah, I digress. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts about the podcast and the themes that we talk here. Every time I read your comments, that makes my day 100%. And I hope to see you next time on PAX and Recreation. Bye.